This is Suez Canal. In Arabic, Kanat al-Suez, a sea-level waterway running north to south across the Isthmus of Suez in Egypt to connect the Mediterranean and the Red Seas. The canal separates the African continent from Asia, and it provides the shortest maritime route between Europe and the lands lying around the Indian and Western Pacific Ocean. It is one of the world's most heavily used shipping lanes. The canal extends 120 miles between Port Said in the north and Suez in the south, with dredge approach channels of Port Said into the Mediterranean and the south of Suez. The canal does not take the shortest route across the isthmus, which is only 75 miles. Instead, it utilizes several lakes from north to south. Lake Manzala, Buhayrat al-Manzila, Lake Timsa, Buhayrat al-Timsa, and the Bitter Lakes, Great Bitter Lake, Al-Buhayra al-Mura al-Kubra, and Little Bitter Lake, Al-Buhayra al-Mura al-Shukra. The Suez Canal is an open cut without locks, and though extensive trade lanes occur, there are 8 major bends. To the west of the canal is the low-lying delta of the Nile River, and to the east is the higher, rugged and arid Sinai Peninsula. Prior to construction of the canal completed in 1869, the only important settlement was west, which is 1859 had 3,000 to 4,000 inhabitants. The rest of the towns along its banks have grown up since, with the possible exception of Alcantara. In 2012, 7,225 vessels traversed the canal, an average of 47 per day. In general, the canal north of the Bitter Lakes flow north in winter and south in summer. South of the lakes, the current changes with the tide at Suez. Your ship will meet other ships of every sort and size from every corner of the globe around the entry of Suez to join a convoy. It starts early in the morning, proceeding in single file at a sedate aimed at to reduce erosion of the banks, and passing other convoys either in the Great Bitter Lake or at the Baila bypass. On average, about 97 ships transit the canal each day. Sights during the transit tend toward the monotonous, the ship ahead and the one behind, and an endless bank of sun on either side. Ceaselessly refreshed by dredge stations along the shore and pumping wet sand over the berm. The town of Ismailia, with its tall minareted mosque, is a welcome diversion, as are 2 bridges and 1 massive power line crossing the canal. The transit takes between 11 to 16 hours. Suez Canal pilots are adept at handling pilotage in every constructed waters under challenging external conditions. These pilots are responsible for maneuvering some of the biggest ships in the world through one of its busiest shipping channels. They also need to be familiar with the complex effects of water pressure and in relatively shallow and narrow stretch of water, squat effect, potentially sucking a vessel lower in the water, bank effect, and vessel-to-vessel interaction as vessels pass in the waterway. Preparing for more than 300 canal pilots and tugboats, masters with the skills they need to ensure safe and efficient transit is the role of the Suez Canal Authority Maritime Training and Simulation Center. The head of the facility explains there are many challenges. The increasing size of the ship is one example. Wide-ranging weather conditions including sunstorms that may limit visibility severely, thus making the pilotage of their large vessel extremely challenging. Emergency situations such as blackouts and rudder jam on-board vessels transiting the canal can be critical in the channel. Every vessel that transit requirements in the Suez Canal is allowed with a draft of over 50 feet and up to 66 feet must, for the first passage, effectuate successful sea trial before entering the canal either at the Suez or port set rules. In passing the middle of the canal, every ship slows down their speed to pick up this Egyptian businessman with their small boat, carrying all these souvenir items to be sold on board the vessel. It is always so delightful to see these trucks when passing the Suez Canal, especially on big ships with no shore lift. They fill the whole hallway with a lot of their nice handmade wood crafts and different souvenirs like bags, magnets, wallets, Egyptian portraits, fishing gears, leather jackets, and so many more. As always, when they are selling their items to the buyers with the words like, "Come my friend, what you like? I give you good price but don't tell others." Some of the prices may be high or cheap, but you can deal and talk with them to give you a big and a nice discount.